Well, Illinois Unidos is a really unique partnership that happened, of course, because of COVID-19.
The narrative that was being pushed by the mainstream, by even the Department of Public Health, was one where there wasn't a full recognition of the impact that COVID was having in the Latino community.
Workers didn't have enough information. There was not enough information in Spanish. And we had incredibly, almost criminal cases. Supervisors telling people not to wear masks because they were not part of the official uniform.
We know that our community has a large percentage of undocumented individuals. And so folks were getting sick and didn't have the trust to go to the hospital.
I remember when I called Caesar, and he was already thinking, Xavier, our story isn't being told. Latinos, we're absent from these stories about COVID, what's going on.
We just started making phone calls and inviting people that we really have a lot of respect for in the industry, whether it was our politicians and or directors, medical experts, people that we knew would actually make a big difference in the starting point of Illinois Unidos. And
I said, I'm gonna put together this Zoom meeting just so that folks could talk and people were interested. We were supposed to have about like 15, 20 folks in the meeting, about 50 showed up. In that meeting, we realized there was something special going on.
The energy was amazing and was a space for us to do the work that was necessary, but also extend our hands virtually to each other, right? Because, many of us had never even met each other in person.
It is fantastic. It's a community of interest, focalized on one particular problem, but that has so many diverse ramifications.
Just being able to talk to other people about what they were seeing, what they were experiencing, right? So from a human level, to connect with people that understood my perspective because they had the same concerns and were facing similar challenges with their families and with their communities. That room of people gave me a community that I could then just not only interact with for my own just personal sanity, but also all people that were really looking to make a difference and improving the not only health, but also the social and economic situation of our community that have been so hard hit by the pandemic.
As we formalize as Illinois Unidos, we had the backing of the community, and that was really important because people talk about what is the power of Illinois Unidos. The power is power.
The reward truly has been a collective of over 200 individuals all speaking as one voice now. It's never happened in Chicago. It's never happened in the history of the state of Illinois, where you have organizations, you have policy directors, you have doctors, you have nurses. We have every member of the Illinois State Legislative Caucus speaking as one voice, fighting as one voice, knowing that now we should not be afraid to ask for equity, that we need to be at the table, that we deserve the same treatment, if not more, because of the fact that we are 1/3 of the population now. If we're not being represented well in our city government, who's going to do the job for us? And that's what we've been able to achieve. We've been able to rewrite policy.
Knowing that the mayor's office in Chicago would reach out to us to get feedback, to really tap into our understanding of the community, that was very telling. Dr. Del Rios being, I believe, one of the first ones to get vaccinated because of the work that she did with Illinois Unidos, amazing accomplishment.
The fact that the city and the state now look to us for recommendations, advice on how to carry out programs related to not only COVID, but just health equity in general. I think just being able to say that what we discuss and propose is taken seriously and is many times incorporated and implemented at the larger decision maker level, again, city, county, and state. That's really meaningful.
Anything good comes out of the pandemic is this kind of events. The creation, organizing, and consolidation of Illinois Unidos is definitely due to COVID, but on the positive aspects of COVID. It got us together, it solidified, the community, We took a great look at what is going on in the community in all these different fields that come together in Illinois Unidos. So we have the broadest perspective.
We started as an initiative against COVID. Then from there, we branched off into having committees, an education committee, a health committee, a workforce development committee, an ad hoc committee. That allows us now to really tackle what other subject matters affect our community and still speak as one voice.
I was part of the calling and organizing the marches in 2006. We had an incredible peak, and then everything went down, and then next year we had another peak, and that's the natural movement of social movements, natural dynamics. In this case, we had a peak and we are still up. We had incredible success of creating a permanent organization that still, 18 months after it was created, keeps all of these groups together. That defies the normal dynamics of social movements.
I think what the future holds for Illinois Unidos is that the community understands that if we work together and leverage power, we can leverage great things for our community, but that really means that we can leverage a healthier community.
To know that we can easily pick up the phone, and if someone in Maywood needs us, or if someone in Melrose Park needs us, or in Stone Park, that Illinois Unidos is going to be there for them. COVID was just one part. This is a collaborative that's going to be here to stay and is going to fight for our community on many levels.